Older people around us tell stories of how when they were growing up, they always had access to fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, fresh from the farm food, whole grains, home cooked meals. And it always sounded like a dream to me, like an impossible reality. Because today, when you walk down any street in Nigeria, we are more likely to see people grabbing the fried snacks, the sugary drinks, or the ultra processed foods you see. And this shift is not just about our tastes changing, it's part of a bigger phenomenon known as nutrition transition. Hi, I'm Esther the nutritionist, and this is episode 29 of Oh My Gods. Nutrition transition is basically the shift in diet patterns and lifestyle behaviors as communities undergo urban, cultural, and economic change. Traditionally, many of our African foods were rich in natural whole grains, legumes, tubers, you name it, we ate it. But as urbanization is on the rise, our diets are shifting towards more of processed, high calorie, low nutrient foods. So why is this transition happening in Africa right now? Number one is urbanization. You see, more people are moving from rural areas to urban areas, which also means moving from farm fresh diets to the more processed food you consume in the larger cities. Number two is economic growth. You see, as income levels are rising, more people are able to afford the packaged imported foods, and they tend to neglect the traditional foods because for some weird reason, they believe that the imported ones are better than the traditional ones. I don't know who told you guys that. Number three is Western influence. You see, the rise in fast food chains, aggressive marketing, social media, these things increase the appeal of the processed, sugary, unhealthy foods. Number four is busy lifestyles. You see, many of us are working fast-paced jobs. You have to wake up very early to go to work. You're coming back late. So home cooking is declining and buying food outside is becoming the norm. And the last one is food industry growth. You see, our local companies and even the multinational companies are producing a lot of processed foods, and they're actually cheaper and more accessible than the farm products we see now. So what's the implication of this nutrition transition? As Africa is shifting away from traditional diets, we are seeing an increase in what we call the double burden of malnutrition. We are battling undernutrition because many people, especially in rural areas, are still facing food insecurity and lack of access to food in general. We are equally battling with overnutrition because at the same time, obesity, diabetes, and hypertension are on the rise due to the increased intake of unhealthy food. The good news is that there are ways to slow down or even reverse these dietary shifts we are experiencing. We have to encourage consumption of traditional diets, raise awareness about the health risks of ultra-processed foods, regulate food advertising, encourage home cooking, and support local farmers to make fresh food more accessible and affordable. In conclusion, the key is to strike a balance between convenience and nutrition. And that's the end of episode 29. See you next week, same time, same place. Bye.